The stories you tell create your life experiences. If you have a vision for a business that is expansive and impactful, it's time to stop telling stories of fear and worry. If you struggle with the patterns of thinking that don't support your vision for the future, stay tuned because there is a spiritual solution to this problem. Let's go. If you are a creative entrepreneur looking to uncover your purpose and infuse your divine spark into your business so you can manifest the life of your dreams without burning out, hit the subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you never miss an insightful and actionable video just like this. Hello, beautiful soul. My name is TEONNA. I help multi-passionate entrepreneurs find clarity using ancient wisdom and modern coaching. So this week, I'll be reviewing the energy of the full moon on January 17th and how it may impact your inner world over the coming week. Now, the moon symbolizes your inner self, your subconscious, your desires and habits, etc. So by tapping into her transits, you can find clarity around what may be driving your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. So each week I share my very unique self-healing process, which includes first examining the moon phase and the transit, then journal prompts and contemplations that are specific to this moon's energy, and lastly, reviewing the tarot archetypes that correspond to this moon's transit for more clarity and insight into what may be going on mentally and emotionally during this time. Now, on January 17th, the full moon will be transiting gate 56. That's the gate of stimulation. In its highest expression, gate 56 invites you to always be on the lookout for new ideas that may need to be expressed. Now, this is different from like researching facts or looking for proof for something, right? It's more about your perception that's based on your own unique perspective. What stimulates you? What gets you excited? That excitement is your sign that there is something there that's waiting to be expressed through you. Now, gate 56 is a throat center gate. And remember, the throat center is the center for expression, but it's also about manifestation and communication. So during this full moon transit, you may feel inspired to share stories that inspire others to expand their thinking. Now, it's really about creative, possibility-oriented energy stimulation. So this energy can really be a catalyst for individual and collective progression and growth. And to make it even more interesting, I'm sure you remember last week's video when we looked at the first quarter moon that was transiting gate 51, the gate of shock. Now, shock was all about unexpected experiences. If you haven't watched that video, you can go back and tune into it. But I'm wondering if there may be a connection for you between some unexpected events that you've recently experienced and how they've led to you expanding through stimulating new ideas and possibilities for you. If that is the case, and this does resonate with you, then now may be an opportune time to begin to craft these stories because they will likely inspire not only you, but those around you and those who you share the story with. Now, in the shadow expression of gate 56, you may get lost in narratives that make you feel like a victim. You may be compelled to tell limiting stories of contraction that actually deplete your energy and everyone else's energy. So pay attention to how you recall your life experiences. Are you focusing on possibilities or are you focusing on pain and struggle? The full moon is the phase of the lunar cycle when the light of the moon is the brightest. So your shadows are being exposed so you can fully integrate them. It's a great time to contemplate for yourself, what stories am I constantly telling myself? Are they rooted in expansive possibility thinking or contracting heavy emotions that make me feel like a victim? The key here is to know that life will always have cycles of disruption. That's what we talked about last week. The more graceful you can be during those cycles, the more fulfilling and expansive your life will become. This isn't about ignoring the disruption. This is about facing it, feeling everything that you need to feel, however long that process takes, and stand in your power knowing that that disruption is not greater than you. It is not greater than the divine power that is within you. So when you tell stories of expansion and you recall these experiences from an expansive state, you are creating a reality that's grounded in miracles and possibilities. But you have to trust that you are supported by divine intelligence and that all cycles of disruption, no matter how big or small, are here to really deepen your faith and push you to persevere through these cycles. And it really breeds like courage and willpower. So when you contemplate the stories that you've been telling, pay attention to what and how your answers show up. It may come as a spontaneous aha moment of insight. Don't forget there is a workbook linked below. So in there are further contemplations that can bring clarity around what's showing up for you, okay? By using these cyclical transits of the moon to be your guide as you do your inner work, you're allowing divine timing to show you what needs to be healed at the right time. You don't have to guess about it. And as you do this, you'll likely find the process to be much more effective than trying to figure it all out on your own. Now, let's take a look at the tarot archetype that correlates to this full moon transit. I have been studying astrology, human design, and tarot kind of as an overlay synthesis. It has been so enlightening. So be sure to subscribe because in the next couple of weeks, months maybe, I'm going to be really sharing some deep insight and things that I've uncovered around how the tarot, human design, and astrology can really play nicely together and really open up the self-coaching process to be so much more simple and effective. But for this week, let's just look at the full moon in gate 56, the gate of stimulation. So the gate 56 is a Cancer gate, right? So Cancer is a cardinal water sign. It is self-protective, but it likes to nurture others emotionally, right? Which is interesting because again, gate 56 is all about sharing stories of inspiration to help others. So you can see how gate 56, being a Cancer gate, is very much about nurturing other people through narrative. Examining the archetypical energy of this cardinal water sign is actually going to help you get just a little more crystal clear about what the full moon might be revealing for you right now. So the major Arcana cards that represent the full moon and Cancer are the High Priestess and the Chariot, respectively. So I have these two pulled here from my Moonchild Tarot deck. Now, while the High Priestess is quite intuitive, the Chariot is very focused on movement and progress, right? Which is indicative of a cardinal sign. These two are inviting you to contemplate, how are the stories that I've created affecting my ability to progress, right? To build momentum towards my goal. The Chariot is all about momentum. How have the stories that you've created impacted your ability to build momentum towards your goals? Now, the minor Arcana cards that support this overarching challenge of emotional nurturing through narrative and also kind of maybe some blocked creative expression are the Two of Cups, Three of Cups, and Four of Cups. So the Two of Cups is inviting you to contemplate if you've actually accepted all aspects of yourself. Is maybe that impacting your narrative? That can be an area that needs to be healed before you can really step into a place of sharing possibility-oriented stories of growth. you have to actually love and accept the role that you played in that story without judgment, without shame, without guilt. And if you haven't been able to do that yet, this may be an area that needs to be healed. The Three of Cups. The Three of Cups invites you to contemplate who you can lean on for emotional support. How can you replenish your cup when it's time to inspire others? Or maybe so that you can feel empowered to inspire others. Someone who you can constantly look to for that emotional support, because emotional wisdom is really a huge part of success, especially as an entrepreneur. And the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups invites you to reflect on the abrupt changes that may be challenging you right now. How have they reoriented you so that you can face your self-defeating patterns head on? So let's do this. Let's do a quick recap, because I know we talked about a lot. Remember that this week we're focusing on the full moon in Cancer. It's transiting Human Design Gate 56, the gate of stimulation, which carries with it this energy to be inspired and to share inspiration with others via narratives that invite expansive thinking, right? Cancer is nurturing and intuitive, but also tenacious, right? And the tarot cards that correlate to this transit remind us of that. So if you find yourself feeling stuck, like you are maybe holding yourself back, your momentum hasn't been building, this full moon transit is inviting you to craft better narratives, tell better stories that can inspire you to keep moving, right? And that's what the contemplations that I shared are really written to do for you, is to help bring to your awareness the aspects that may need to be healed or released so that you can move forward and continue to build that momentum. When you do your inner work and clear the habits that no longer serve you, you can manifest the business of your dreams with ease. That's all for this week, beautiful soul. I'll see you next time.